So today I want to start with the Audi, at least just tell you a bit about it as well. Looking from this angle, one of the previous videos I've mentioned that I don't have much lighting here. At the camera it still looks fine, but in the personal eye it is a bit darkish. I would actually like to see more than I am currently seeing. So I think the best thing to do now is I do have a 10 watt light that I can install. There's the light. I do have wiring. I do have a bit of trunking left. I should still fix this light. I didn't do it because I still wanted to install this light. This light is supposed to be for the light here in the front, or maybe more lights in the future around it, just for detailing stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and start with installing that light so that we have at least a bit of light that we have here. Light is finally installed. Just excuse that excuses that I've used. It's just that I don't have enough wire trunking, so I just use that just for temporary. That's just not a permanent solution. So the light is installed all around nice and neatly, and then also fitted in the trunking that I had here originally, and then here I can switch the main light off and on. And then with this one, now I can switch this light on and off. And if you look at the difference it makes on the camera, it's quite a difference. So I'm actually glad that I got that done. And then for the guys that don't know yet, I also installed this lights right here, which will light up here underneath as well. So yeah, I mean, who doesn't like awesome cool lights that just works nice and properly and shows everywhere where you can see properly. So going back to the engine, we probably need to start stripping the engine, or well, at least start stripping this engine, as we're gonna use the parts, all the parts that's short on this engine, use it on that engine, and then if we still short something, then we're probably just gonna buy new ones. So yeah, quick basic setup: running standalone management system, dictator, as well as a drive-by-wire system, as we are running drive-by-wire on our 20 valve. Then adjustable fuel pressure regulator, so we are not running the fuel pressure regulator that is on the fuel rail originally. We do have a bullet fuel rail that we're running with 1000cc injectors. Then we also got rid of the whole PCV system as well, so we're running the oil catch can. Then the Audi comes out with the original KO3 turbo. As you can see, that is not a KO3 turbo, that is a GT35 turbo with the 83 housing. I think it's 83 or 82 housing. And then also we're running an external wastegate. That wastegate is small, I think it's 38 millimeters. And then we're also running electronic boost controller. So we do have high boost and low boost functions as well. Then we're also running dump valve. You're probably not going to see that. It's literally just behind this corner in the inside. Eugene did build this boost pipe system for us. He actually did a wonderful job with it, and it looks nice and decent. And then we also have a massive intercooler in the front as well. I'm not sure, maybe I'll show you in the next upcoming videos, whatever the case may be, but we will see it really soon. So it is dark, it is late, so I just want to see, I don't want to make too much noise. I want to see if I can start stripping down that side, and then as well on my board right here, there's some few things I want to buy for the house, and then also just some bit of plants. But everything that I need to do. For example, bolts that needs to be replaced, studs that needs to be replaced, anything in that way. I'm just going to write it down. If something breaks, anything in that kind of sense, I will write it down so that I know that it needs to be replaced. So I'm not going to push the car out to drain the water system. Like I've mentioned, it is late, it is cold, it is winter. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, I'm also running VAG Audi R8 coils as well. Actually forgot to mention that, and it's the thing that probably pops the most in the whole engine bay. And then also some heat wrap as well in the hood or the bonnet, and then as well there at the back where the turbo is, where it's becoming extremely hot. I think the best thing to do, let's start that side. Let's remove the wastegate. Let's remove the turbo and then see what we need to replace or whatever's broken there, so that we can note that down so that we can fix it and replace it. So seemingly on this side, I've removed everything that is attached to the engine. So yeah, except for the engine mounting. Engine mounting still needs to be removed so that we will be able to pull the engine. But this is removed. Injector plugs are removed. There you can also see the 1000cc injectors. So I still basically just need to move that side. And I just recognized something. There is not oil, there is not water, there is oil mixed with water. So yeah, that is the main reason why we are removing this engine, is due to that it's mixing oil and water, which it's not supposed to do at all. So that's the main reason why we actually started to remove the engine, as well as the engine failure that we had on the dyno due to the engine that was just not happy. So yeah, it sounded like it hit bearings, but I also think it might be the timing chain at the back with the tensioner. That might also be the problem why this happened. So yeah, we're still going to go through the engine, figure out why that happened. But focusing on the task now is that I've messed most of the car's engine oil on the ground, and I didn't do that intentionally, as I removed my turbo pipe, removed my turbo with the return pipe, and yeah, it came loose from the sump, and I actually forgot to drain the oil, and now everything spilling here on the ground. So that's not good. That I'll have to clean up. There's no other way around that, but I'll get that cleaned now. So let's get focused, continue with the engine. I just at least want to see how far I can get, so that on the next video we can actually remove the engine and see what's going for what. Oh, and by the way, some things that I've noticed that we need to fix and need to repair is our stud bolts here on the turbo side, as well as on the exhaust side. We also need to replace, as this is what it looks like. It looks like there wasn't any Loctite fitted on the bolts or applied on the bolts like it was supposed to, but it's okay. And that's why it came out with the bolts. So the bolts actually got stuck and pulled the whole stud out. So I'll put all of these bolts in one bag and then just mark it so that we can see what bolts it is, and then we can take it just to replace it. I don't know if studs is going to be better, or maybe just replace it with normal bolts. I'll still see, or let me know down in the comments what you think. Should I keep the studs, get new studs, or must I replace it with bolts, as there is enough space to work with it. So it shouldn't be an issue if we actually use bolts instead of studs. I just like working with studs. Just makes it much more convenient for me working on the studs. With that said, I also cleaned up the oil. I wasn't hoping to spill any oil in my garage, but unfortunately, as they say, if you don't spill any oil anytime you are working, you're not a real mechanic. Well, luckily I'm not a real mechanic. I just really enjoy building awesome, cool stuff. So next up, what we need to do is start removing everything this side from the intake side so that we can have everything loosened up. So I'm going to loosen up everything that's left except for the water lines, as I don't want to. Well, all the water is probably on the floor as well with the oil. But in any case, maybe I want to loosen up everything now that is still attached to the engine except for our water lines. With that all up and done, I believe we should be ready to take out the engine. We just need to drain our water lines, then we should be almost ready. Then we just need to loosen up our engine mountings, both sides, and then as well as remove the gearbox bolts, and then we should be ready to remove the engine. So it is already quite late. I spent some time cleaning up the floor as well. Gave you guys a bit of an update, what's happening, what's going for what, and then as well give you a bit of history on my engine, and then also just quickly some of the add-on stuff that we did, some of the changes that we made. So hopefully on the next video we'll probably start to remove this engine, as I really want to push to get that engine that's right there back into the car so that we can start it, drive it, have some fun with it, and then rebuild this engine. And I would also like to get done, because I see by the end of July there is a show and shine event, and I would like the Audi to be ready by then. I do believe it's a nice good target to make it so that we might be able to finish with the Audi. I hope so. I really do. So all we need to do is just keep pushing, and then I'll probably start by removing the engine in the daylight, as I will need to push the engine, the Audi out. Not gonna make too much noise, but yeah, I just need to think of the neighbors as well. So thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it. If you have anything to say, please leave it down in the comments, and then I'll see you in the next video. God bless and be safe. Ciao.